You hear the expression sometimes, obedience is better than sacrifice. In fact, I've had my children sometimes say, well, Dad, obedience is a sacrifice. But when we really look at it, what are we really doing with obedience? We make choices in obedience, and obedience is really what guides our life. I'm reminded of a story, and I'd like to read this story to you about King Henry III of Bavaria. In the 11th century, King Henry III of Bavaria became tired of his responsibilities as king. The pressures of international politics and the mundane worldliness of his court life was just getting to him. He made an application to Prior Richard at the local monastery to be accepted as a contemplative. Don't really know what that word means, but that's what he wanted. He wanted to spend the rest of his life in prayer and meditation there. But Prior Richard responded to him, "Your Majesty, do you understand that the pledge that you're about to take is one of obedience? And that would be very hard for someone who has been a king." "Oh, I understand," King Henry said. "The rest of my life I will be obedient to you as Christ leads you." And Prior Richard looked at him and he said, "Well then, let me tell you what I want you to do. I want you to go back to your throne and serve faithfully in the place that God has put you for us." Well, after King Henry died, this statement was written in his honor. The king learned to rule by being obedient. Each of us ultimately obeys either the righteous commandments of our Heavenly Father or, quite honestly, the rule of lawlessness. We must willingly choose to put ourselves under authority, including the authority of God. You see, to fail to do so, we then have no law other than our own whims. And that is not the right source, even at its best. Remember, obedience really is better than sacrifice. This is Pastor Riley, and that's just a thought.